All right, next up, we got my man Brian Ware. I told you the Bryans are heavy out here today. We deep. We deep in these streets. And he says, how desperate do you think NBA Live is to break back into the market? Do you think that they will go free to play, or would the NBA not allow that? Now, I don't know the terms of the deal with EA and the NBA, but I don't think that them going free to play would be something that. What's going on, Cy Gold? I appreciate you coming through, bro. EPW, everything pro wrestling. What's going on? What's happening? Scott, you said, don't they usually announce around the finals? They do, and maybe because the finals are pushed back, that's probably what's happening. I think people are just kind of used to it. Which one thing that tells you, Scott, which I think is maybe a bad thing, and I'm infiltrating a little bit on Brian's question, but just bear with me. But one thing I think that this shows you is that how much people have disconnected 2K from the actual real NBA season. Because if we were more on the NBA's calendar, and because of it having gone through some changes, I think maybe people wouldn't be looking for it as much. But that's probably 2K's fault too. So, it is what it is. But yes, Brian, I think that they really are desperate to get back into basketball and get a piece of the NBA money, which makes me believe that this announcement that's dropping on the 20th of July that everybody is talking about is quite possibly an NBA related game. Now, is it going to be NBA Street, some form of NBA Street, or are they going to be trying to do something from the live standpoint? We'll find that out. I'm actually been in the process of trying to get as much information about it as I can. But yeah, I really think they do really want to get back in there. And I don't believe that they would hire people like Scott O'Gallagher and Rob Jones and not have them touch basketball. That just doesn't make any sense at all. So we'll see what happens. Free to play has always been an option. I've been talking about free to play live for at least 2 or 3 years. People got mad at me. They thought I was demeaning or downgrading live by even making that suggestion, but it wasn't that at all. It's to me a very viable vehicle to try to, or viable strategy to get back into the market. When people have a certain level of trepidation about your product for whatever reason, maybe it's because you're new, maybe it's because you've garnered a bad reputation because your product has not been necessarily up to par of late. In either case, there's some hesitancy about people spending money to buy into your product. Well, the best way to invite them back in is to either lower the price, which is what 2K did way back in the day when NFL 2K and NBA 2K were $19.99. They did it because they knew that they were new and they needed to offer a lower price point to get people to turn their eye away from live for a second, to turn their eye away from Madden for a second, to give their game a chance. Well, EA is in a different situation with live. Their product was bad and 2K took over. So now what are they going to do to get people to take a look back, right? And to me, free to play is a great way because, see, back in the day when 2K went the 1999 route, they didn't have the ability to earn revenue through end-game advertising, through microtransactions and all of this different type of stuff. Today's gaming world has that opportunity. So now, let me know if anybody else is having a hard time hearing. Poor Hodge says that he's having a hard time hearing. It sounds okay for everybody else, but now gamers have the ability these developers and publishers have the ability to earn money through microtransactions, through in-game advertisement, through all of the different kind of stuff. So you can offer a free-to-play game, and the whole game doesn't even have to be free-to-play. You could be free-to-play to play most modes, and then if you really buy into it and you want to buy the full version, you can. But you can have something that works in that way, and I think that's a great idea for live at this point, or EA from a basketball standpoint. Come out with a free-to-play model that allows you to build a character, get out there, experience some sort of street or park type mode, some sort of pro-am rec style mode that allows people to just go and do whatever they want with their characters. allow people to play online head to head with NBA teams and that sort of thing, and then even allow them some level of a franchise mode, but without all of the features blown completely out, but some stuff that is kind of locked behind the full version. And the biggest key is the game going to be fun? That's what's going to grab people. Is the game going to be fun to play? And then as you start to see what the layers are, you'll find out. Man, you look at Fortnite, man. Fortnite, and I know Fortnite's not a sports game, but if you look at the fact that people started to buy into Fortnite, first and foremost, is because it was fun to those people who like the game. Like, if you don't like Fortnite, then it's obviously we're not talking about you, but to the millions and millions of people who like Fortnite, that was the initial grab, and it got you to play. So I think, and Fortnite had a bigger hill to climb because they didn't have a major license for which to lean on. Like, EA will be leaning on the NBA license, and having whomever they have on the cover, which is not going to be Luka because they've lost him to 2K. But I think it's definitely a viable approach, and it's something that I really think they should do. Don't know if it's what they will do, but it's what they should do.